the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks are facing off in the NBA Finals tonight, Game 1, and I'm pretty damn excited. It's not the matchup I predicted, and as a Sixers fan, it certainly isn't the matchup I wanted. But, Suns vs. Bucks, as an NBA fan, as a basketball fan, yeah, I'm pretty damn happy with this. I am pretty freaking happy with this matchup. I think this is going to be a good series. And both of these teams are teams I relatively like. On one side, you've got Giannis, one of the most likable players in the league. I'm a big fan of Drew Holiday. Milwaukee is a city that has been, let's be honest, irrelevant for a very long time, basically since Kareem left. They had a little bit in the 80s where they were pretty good, but let's just be real. You know, being generous, they've been pretty irrelevant for like 30 years, alright? And then Giannis showed up, and he stayed loyal, and the loyalty is finally paying off. His team has made the NBA Finals for the first, and probably not the last, time in his career. Then on the West, you got Chris Paul. Some people like Chris Paul, some people don't. I don't particularly like him, however, the man should have made the Finals in 2018. He should have won the title. He has had so many injuries. I feel so bad for this dude. His career has been so unlucky. He absolutely deserved to make this NBA Finals, and I believe he's going to win the title. Same thing for Devin Booker. He's been stuck on this trash Phoenix team for years. For years, this team sucked ass, and he stayed with them. He never, he complained a few times, but he never demanded a trade. He never, pulled some James Harden crap and forced his way out, and now it paid off. Now his team is in the finals, and they are the favorites to win. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Why the Phoenix Suns are the favorites, and why I fully agree with that. I believe the Phoenix Suns are going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks in 6 games to win the title this season. It could go either way, but Bucks fans, it's nothing against you. I had a Bucks fan comment on one of my videos recently that was something like, you guys got to stop talking shit on the Bucks, blah, 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 blah. You said they were going to lose to the Hawks, blah, 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 blah. And look, I'll be straight with you, Bucks fans. You guys did not deserve to win the Nets series. You didn't. Let's all keep it a buck. Kyrie Irving played a game and a half. James Harden played the last 3 games and he was injured. You did not deserve to win that series. You pushed it to Game 7 overtime. You should have lost sooner than that because your team played like garbage. There is no reason, considering the Nets' injuries, that series should have gone past 5 games. It should have been over by Game 5, Game 6 at the most. And instead, it went to Game 7 in overtime because the Bucks played like garbage. I don't like the Nets. They're my least favorite team, which is really impressive considering the Lakers and the Celtics exist. They are my least favorite team, but they should have won that series because the Bucks did not play like a team that deserved to win. Then I had the Hawks over them in the second round. Trae Young got hurt. Bogdanovich was hurt. The two of them did not play well in Game 6. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday played well, even with Giannis injured, and the Bucks won in 6 games. So now they're in the finals. And it's whatever. I expected the Hawks would make it, but they had a good run. The Bucks made it, and I like the Bucks, but I think this is where their little Cinderella story ends. Giannis is going to miss Game 1, unless, something crazy happens. He's listed as doubtful. I would be shocked if he plays. He might miss Game 2. But whether he plays in Game 2 or not, he's going to be coming back injured. He's going to be coming back, let's be nice, let's say he plays at like 80-85%. I think the Phoenix Suns have a very good chance of stopping Giannis. As far as, like in the way the Heat did and the Raptors did before. I think they're built for that. The Nets were not built for that this year. The Hawks were not built for that this year. The Phoenix Suns, however, have a very smart leader in Chris Paul, someone who can do well on the perimeter. He's not going to be defending Giannis, so I don't really know why I brought him up first. But they've got a lot of length and size and good defensive players. Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton in the post, Mikal Bridges, Dario Saric and Cam Johnson are both bigger bodies you can put in his way. Torrey Craig as well off the bench. You've just got a lot of good defensive talent on this team. Big guys, Nobody's going to be clamping down Giannis because he's Giannis. You can't lock him down. But if you can hold him to 25 points a game with his injury, maybe even like 22, instead of 30 or 35, like he would be if he was fully healthy playing against the Nets, that may be all you need. I really think that's all you need. The Suns are a very, very talented team. Chris Paul is a beast. Game 6, he closed out the Clippers with 41 points. It was amazing. Devin Booker has been an absolute monster this entire playoffs. Yeah, he struggled a little bit with Pat Bev, but he was injured. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? He is going to be good in this series. I know Drew Holiday is going to guard him. Drew Holiday is a very good defender. But I think Devin Booker's still going to eat. Bridges, Crowder, Saric, basically every role player except for DeAndre Ayton can shoot threes. What do the Milwaukee Bucks give up? A whole lot of threes. Why did I think they were going to lose their other series? They give up too many threes. Now, it didn't work against the Hawks because Trae Young got hurt, because Bogdanovich was hurt, and the two of them could not hit the barn door from point-blank range. I don't really know what metaphor I was going there, but you know what I mean. They were bricks. Normally, those two dudes would be snipers, and I think if they were healthy, I really believe that they would have won the series. Even if Giannis was also healthy, I believe the Hawks win the series if they are fully healthy, if both teams are fully healthy. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but the Bucks give up too many threes in my opinion. I think that's going to hurt them against this Suns team. DeAndre Ayton has been a beast. I don't expect any big Brook Lopez games against DeAndre Ayton like he had against the Hawks, and I think he might have had one or two against the Nets as well, where he played pretty well. I just don't think it's going to happen. DeAndre Ayton has been a monster. He is currently having the most efficient playoff run in NBA history. The dude is shooting 70% from the field. He has been phenomenal, okay? Absolutely phenomenal. And you look at the Bucks, and I know what you may be thinking. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, they went off. They closed out the Hawks. They were playing amazing. Yes, they did. Chris Middleton has had a bunch of amazing games this playoffs. He had him against the Nets, he had him against the Hawks, where he played like a beast. He has also had a lot of shit games this playoffs, where he played like shit. Drew Holiday, same thing. He has a big game and then he has a small game. Really, the Bucks as a whole, they confuse me. This is the most inconsistent team I think I've ever seen. Certainly I've ever seen make it this far. One night, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday will each drop 30 points on like 70% shooting. The next night, they will each drop 7 points on 20% shooting. Literally, it's that all over the place. Every single night, I have no idea what Chris Middleton I'm going to get. Am I going to get the All-Star level Chris Middleton? Or am I going to get Chris Middleton who looks like he doesn't belong to play in the NBA? He looks like a bum. Drew Holiday, same thing. I like Drew Holiday a lot, but he has been so inconsistent these playoffs. And the rest of the team is the same thing. Some days PJ Tucker is a sniper, some days he's a brick. Some days Brook Lopez has 2 points, some days he goes off for 30. This team is all over the place, and the only consistent player is Giannis. He's gonna miss game 1, and he may miss more games than that. And again, when he comes back, he's not gonna be 100%. I just don't trust this Bucks roster. I just don't. I don't trust Mike Budenholzer either. I don't trust him to make adjustments. I don't trust the Bucks to defend the Suns well enough from 3. And I don't trust the Bucks role players, aka everyone outside of Giannis. They are supposed to have 2 other All-Star level players. Some nights they are, some nights they're not. And I don't think that'll fly against a Suns team. It got them barely past a Nets team that was crippled. It got them past a Hawks team that was also injured, and that, let's be real, shouldn't have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. As good as they were, they shouldn't have beat the Sixers. The Sixers choked. They had some injuries, but at the end of the day, they just choked. The Hawks shouldn't have beat them. They shouldn't have been there. They're a young, inexperienced team. They didn't have the talent to be there, and they lost to the Bucks. I don't believe that will happen with the Suns. Yeah, they're inexperienced, they're young, but at the end of the day, they're being led by Chris Paul. They've got veterans, they've got an amazing coach, and this team is hungry. They want to win. I do not believe the Suns are going to pass up this chance. I believe this is the only chance Chris Paul's really going to get, because he's getting older up there. You know, next year he may fall off. But this year, this is Chris Paul's year. This is Devin Booker's year. This is the Phoenix Suns' year. The first time they're making the finals since 1993, and this time there is no Michael Jordan standing in their way. The Phoenix Suns are going to win the NBA title this season. The Milwaukee Bucks, they made the finals. That's a big accomplishment. They're going to be able to sit there and say Giannis was hurt. We would have won if he was healthy. We're going to run it all back. And maybe they make the finals again next year. But this year, I just don't see it happening. Suns in 6.